Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Wonder is what makes us human. It's our ability to be amazed by the world around us and to see it with new eyes. Wonder inspires us to explore, learn, and grow. As children, we are constantly experiencing wonder and awe at the world around us. We are continually exploring and asking questions to understand how things work. Unfortunately, as we get older, many people lose their sense of wonder or curiosity about the world around them. They become so busy going through the motions of life that they stop asking questions and looking for answers outside themselves. If you have lost that sense of wondering, the excellent news is that there are ways you can recapture this sense of wonder in adulthood if you want to. Here are some suggestions. Ask yourself why more often when you ask why about something. It forces you to think about things from different perspectives and opens up possibilities for new ideas and solutions that may not have been apparent. To find yourself, think for yourself. The idea here is that you need to think for yourself to discover who you are and what your place in the world is. This isn't a suggestion that you should ignore the thoughts or ideas of others. Instead, it means that your views and opinions matter. The more you listen to other people talk about themselves and their lives, the easier it will become for you to discover who you are and what makes your life unique. We all want to be happy. However, the road to happiness is a complex one. It's filled with twists and turns, ups and downs. To achieve satisfaction, you must know your purpose. Everything in this universe has a sense. When you find yours, you will be satisfied with everything. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. Life is a series of experiences, some good and some bad. We all have our share of failures and successes, but it is essential to learn from both. If you think you have loved people for so long and are showing kindness while getting hurt in return, then it is time to stop and judge for yourself. Sometimes building boundaries in relationships is essential. It helps you to analyze who your friends are and who are not. Suppose you isolate yourself while experiencing challenging phases of life. This is the time to see who comes to help you, but put people on trial sometimes. This is just a suggestion to see if they really want you in life or if you are hanging out with them for nothing. No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. Socrates was a philosopher, not a bodybuilder, but he believed every man should be trained to his full potential. He lived in Athens during the 5th century BC and was one of the most influential thinkers in history. This quote by Socrates is essential because it shows that no matter your age, you should always strive to be the best you can be. This quote reminds us that we should never stop learning or growing as human beings. If you are not learning, then you are dying. This can be applied to your physical health and well-being, but also your mental health and well-being. Learn new things daily. Even small things like how to cook a fresh meal or do something differently at work. The more knowledge you have, the better off you will be in every aspect of life. The quote says, "Without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." This means that we must challenge ourselves and push ourselves to be able to see how beautiful and strong our bodies can become. This is true because if we don't challenge ourselves every day, then we will never know how far we can go or what we can accomplish if we put our minds to it. The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. Here Socrates is not referring to education like acquiring more and more degrees or studying in the best institutes in the world. Here, he is talking about knowledge, which means awareness of life. To live a good life, you need to be informed about events and issues that affect your life and the lives of others around you. You need to know what's happening in your community and worldwide to make informed decisions about how you want to live your life and help others do so too. That way, you'll be able to live a good life by making decisions based on facts instead of gossip. Knowledge plays a vital part in the progress and prosperity of any nation. And behind the downfall of any country, ignorance is the main reason. Socrates emphasized a lot about acquiring knowledge. He used to say knowledge is a virtue, and the highest knowledge is the highest virtue. When you obtain useful and creative knowledge, it will lead you to progress. On the other hand, ignorance causes the decline of civilizations. An ignorant person does not know anything about virtue and wisdom. He is a danger to the people around him, as he will make others like him. Thus, everyone tries to avoid such a lot. He is neither valuable for himself nor for others. In today's world, if you look at liberal democracies and underdeveloped countries, the only difference between them is knowledge. Lack of knowledge may also cause stress and depression, thus affecting your overall functioning. It can lead us to make the wrong decision with worse outcomes in the future. We choose what's best for us. Knowledge is essential to your life as it makes it pleasant and worth living. Do not do to others what angers you if done to you by others. The golden rule is a principle of reciprocity that may be found in all the major religions and world philosophies. It is the ethical basis for the idea of treat others as you would like to be treated. We all want to be happy. We all want to live an enriched life, but how can we achieve this? What is the secret of a happy and fulfilled life? The answer lies in our attitude towards others and our ability to be compassionate, forgiving, and loving. This is a great principle for living in harmony with our fellow human beings. If we apply it, we will be more tolerant of people around us and less likely to become angry with them. The unexamined life is not worth living. This quote by Socrates is one of the most famous in history. It's a powerful statement that reminds us to question everything, even if it means challenging our own beliefs and thoughts. To live an examined life means being aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions and how they affect other people. When you question yourself and your motives, you can become a better person by noticing where you may have gone wrong or hurt others. You can learn from your mistakes and improve your relationships with others by being mindful of their feelings and needs as well as your own. But many people shy away from self-examination because it makes them feel uncomfortable or insecure about themselves. In fact, some people even go so far as to avoid introspection altogether because they fear what they might learn about themselves or their lives. How many of us are truly examining our lives? How many of us are taking time to look at what we want, what we're doing, and how we're doing it? I encourage you to examine your life. Take some time out and really look at it. Make changes if necessary, or just know where you stand. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Nobody can claim to obtain knowledge under the sun. We learn throughout our lives and improve ourselves. In the words of Socrates, true wisdom lies in acknowledging you know nothing. Once you admit deficiencies on your behalf, your curiosity will enhance, and you will learn the virtues of wisdom. On the other hand, if you claim to be perfect in all spheres, then you are on the wrong side. As nothing is absolute and perfect in this world, similarly, no one can claim to be the fountain of whole phenomena in the world. Those who boast of their knowledge and want appreciation for their little achievements often end up with limited knowledge. We must try to look forward to new information and data. In this era of technological advancement and entrepreneurship, you need to equip yourself with modern scientific knowledge and technology. Those who think they have conquered all, in reality, did nothing except show off. A wise person is always curious and tends to learn new things through his observations and experimentation. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. Socrates is one of the most influential ancient Greek philosophers and thinkers. He is also termed as a great teacher. He set up the first ever academy in Greece, and Plato was his student. In this particular quote, he highlights the role of teacher in any society. A teacher awakens his students and creates awareness among them. He builds future generations through his wisdom and knowledge. However, Socrates, being the teacher, had a role different from the traditional means. He only enabled his students to think and observe things. When you take full use of your senses, you can be a foresighted and visionary person. In traditional schooling, we only prepare the course outlines and our growth is limited. While Socrates was way ahead of his time, he wanted to make his students curious and full of wisdom. When you awaken the power of thinking inside you, you will do wonders in the world. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Through love and affection, you can conquer all. Life is very tough and rough for most people. Such people should be treated with kindness and empathy. They are already suffering from the miseries which fate has in store for them. The least we can do is treat them in good manners. Some people keep it all inside and don't expose their inner selves in front of others. Instead of hurting them, we should adore them and encourage them to do better. Your one sentence can mean a lot to someone. Humans, by nature, are peaceful, loving, and cooperative, in the words of John Locke. We need sympathy and affection. A sad person may start smiling if you behave with utmost reverence. We should be the reason for putting smiles on people's faces instead of bringing sorrow. Life is too short of treating others with anger and hatred. Always remember that love is wise and hatred is foolish. Thus choose to be wise, not a fool. Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. Socrates categorizes the human mind into 3 different kinds. Those who are strong, they will discuss innovative and creative ideas. They try to think beyond traditional ways. They acquire knowledge and wisdom through their God-gifted abilities. This category is above all as they spend most of their time in something creative and innovative. Next comes the average minds. They only focus on the incidents and happenings. They lack the basic motive of life to thrive and focus on their short-term objectives. They become satisfied and content with their little effort. Average minds are still better than weak minds. Weak-minded people only discuss other people. They have no motto in life but to look for faults in others. Such small men insult other people behind their backs. They do not succeed and prosper in their lives because they never think like strong-minded people. Pity on such people who waste their time and energy in discussing other people. The secret to success lies in strong imagination and thinking power. Once you think like strong-minded folks, you will pass through every difficulty in your life. By all means marry. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. Marriage is a contract which we form with other beings to live a pleasant and happy life. Socrates endorses the concept of marriage. When we grow up, we need a partner to live with. Some people choose to get married while others remain single. Socrates is of the view that you need to get married no matter what. If you get a good partner who is understanding and caring, you will lead a happy life. As your wife will try her best to keep you happy and out of problems. She will decorate your home and prepare delicious meals for you. However, in the second part of this particular quote, Socrates seems quite humorous. If you get a wife contrary to your personality, you'll end up being a philosopher. A philosopher is the one who indulges in complexities of life and gives their solutions. In both scenarios, marriage is worth everything. With a bad wife, you will spend the rest of your life in complications. As philosophers deal with questions of logic and science, you will deal with your wife accordingly and learn all these features of a philosopher. He who is not content with what he has would not be content with what he would like to have. Some people focus on enlarging their assets by manifolds. They are full of greed and lust. Such people can never be satisfied no matter how much they get. The best course in life is to be happy and satisfied with what you have. If you always long for increasing your wealth, then you will never ever get true comfort and peace. As we have a tendency to move from good to better and better to best. And we must follow our dreams in a crazy way, but whatever the outcome is, we must accept it. Some rich people, in spite of having all the luxury and comfort in life, never seem content with that. They are eager to double their assets, and still they will feel the same. The better approach is to tame your mind and think beyond this petty conservatism. We always look towards the people who are above us, whether in status or power. We hardly take out time to know about others who are hardly meeting their ends. You should feel the luckiest if you have 2 meals and a warm bed to sleep in. Some people even can't afford these basic necessities. Next time when you complain about your life, just remember those who are homeless. Think of the people who sleep without any food. This will startle you, and you will try to be satisfied with what you have got. Be slow to fall into friendship, but when you are in, continue firm and constant. We must be mindful of people whom we become friends with, as sincere and loyal friends are hard to find nowadays. Friendship requires a lot of sacrifices and compromises. If you befriend someone, then never leave your friends till your last moments. A friend is the one who cares and adores you behind your back. Good friends always help you and make you feel alive in your good times. Friends remove isolation from your life and offer you needed patronage. Such friends are nothing less than a bliss and support you in your bad times. Not all friendships are useful, and some may prove to be bad experiences. Some negative people dressed as your friends may create stress and problems for you. Thus avoid the people who make you sad, and surround yourself with sincere and loyal friends to make your life worth living. Know thyself. The quote is from the great Greek philosopher, Socrates. He said it to his students, but perhaps he should have been telling himself. To know thyself is to know your own strengths and weaknesses, what you love and hate. It's to understand what motivates you and what drives you crazy, not just as an individual, but as a member of society. We all have a duty to know ourselves, because it helps us make better decisions and feel more secure in our lives. If we don't know ourselves well enough to understand why we do things or how we react in certain situations, then we're lost. We can't set goals or make plans for our future because we don't even know who we are yet. The most successful people are the ones who have learned to listen to their hearts, even when everyone else is telling them something different. They're the ones who have learned to follow their dreams, even when everyone else thinks it's a stupid idea. They're the ones who are willing to take risks, even if it means failing miserably at something. And they're the ones who aren't afraid to be themselves, even if that means being judged by others.